Hello, I am Christina Pedroncelli, and the other presenters today will be Eamon Curley, Angela Pedroncelli, and Eric Neal. We will be presenting a case study in the changes in dam design from the 1930s to present. Out of the many different types of civil engineering projects to choose from, our group chose to research, compare, and write about dams. Dams are vital to sustaining a community. They work to prevent flooding and droughts, provide water, and create hydroelectric power. When looking at past design of dams, the first dam which came to mind was Hoover Dam. This dam, created during the Big Dam era from 1935 to 1965, was a symbol of American ingenuity and prowess. This dam is located along the Colorado River on the border of Nevada and Arizona. When designing the dam, engineers focused on the agricultural development in the Imperial Valley and the municipal growth of Greater Los Angeles. The Big Dam era has long since passed in the United States, but for emerging world economies such as China, dam construction is reaching its peak. The advancements in science and engineering made during the construction of Hoover Dam and after have allowed China to construct their modern engineering marvel, the Three Gorges Dam. Since the Environmental Act of 1960, NEPA, the United States has built very few dams because of the damaging environmental impacts. China, on the other hand, has attempted to learn from and correct the design mistakes engineers made during previous dam practice.
Hoover Dam was a substantial engineering project, with the final design being an arched gravity dam. The dam reaches an impressive height of 726 feet, created by interlocking concrete columns. In order to construct the dam, advancements had to be made in concrete strength, durability, and heat generation. Not only did the dam protect from flooding and drought, but it was also designed to generate hydroelectric power. The 17 turbines could generate up to 2,079 megawatts of power and would be sold to neighboring states. The greater access to power led to the development of urban areas and industrialization. The jobs created to construct the dam helped stimulate the economy during the Great Depression, over 5,000 men being employed at any given time during the construction of the dam. This project also led to aggregate mills and steel fabrication plant industries near the area to complete the project, boosting the area's economy. The construction and design managers of the Hoover Dam were not particularly concerned with environmental impacts. The environmental movement wouldn't occur for another 26 years after the completion in 1936. One such effect overlooked by the Hoover Dam was the deposit of silt that would collect behind the dam and how this would affect the rivers and farmland downstream. The silt carried by the Colorado River carries nutrients key to supporting fish and vegetation and wildlife. By damming the Colorado River, the silt is unable to be deposited downstream.
While the United States has now realized the environmental effects of dams, China has created the world's largest dam. The modern dam design we researched is the Three Gorges Dam, located on the Yangtze River. Standing at 594 feet and 7,700 feet long, the Three Gorges Dam is 5 times as massive as the Hoover Dam. Whereas the Hoover Dam had tall canyon walls to build a narrow arch dam out of, the Three Gorges Dam had a much wider river to span. Originally built for power generation and flood control, the scope of this dam extends far past the shores of its reservoir. Since China is a developing country, environmental regulations are less stringent when compared to America's. Thus, the rate of dam construction has grown above that of North America within the past decade. The most significant design addition was the implementation of hydraulic pressure sluice gates, which forces the silt through designed holes in the dam when floods occur. If silt is not fed through the dam, it will build up behind the concrete wall and increase the chance of earthquakes and erosions. Keeping this natural flow of nutrients in mind, engineers have offered a solution to the silt buildup problem haunting the surrounding agriculture and stability of the Hoover Dam. The Three Gorges Dam was designed to generate 84.7 billion kilowatts per year using 32 turbines. A benefit of the Three Gorges Dam was the replacement of burning 50 million tons of coal per year due to the hydroelectric power that is generated, preventing the release of large amounts of carbon dioxide. The project itself cost an estimated $24 billion and provided work for 26,000 people.
The Three Gorges Dam has had a huge impact on Chinese society. The reservoir displaced about 2 million people, which is one of the largest human displacements for a reservoir in human history. The Yangtze River Valley has been inhabited by humans for millennia, and many of these historically and culturally significant sites were submerged with the building of the dam. The Yangtze River is a major transportation artery in China and has been for millennia. It functions as the primary route for economic and social exchange in China. With the construction of the Three Gorges Dam, it is now much more difficult to travel up and down the river. In addition to these domestic effects, the Three Gorges Dam has also had a profound effect on the international level. The engineering and construction technologies utilized during the construction of the dam set a new precedent for large dam construction. The dam is an engineering marvel that marks China's entrance into modern-day society. It is a statement of independence to the entire global community and serves as a validation that China is a key player on the international stage. Developed countries in North America and Europe have for the most part stopped building large dams. These countries underwent this building boom during the 20th century and are now experiencing the major impact that these large dams have on the environment. As a result, these countries developed environmental protection laws that have largely stopped these big dams from being built. Developing countries, like China in the 1990s, do not have the same government regulation. While there is definitely reason for concern regarding environmental disregard and neglect of human rights, we must realize that China has the right to use their natural resources as they see fit. In a larger sense, dams are an example of how developing countries begin to grow into modern-day society. Large civil infrastructure projects are a mark of economic growth, governmental competence, and social stability. Dam technology has drastically changed since the 1930s, and these two dams hardly resemble each other. Though dams have and will continue to change, the power wielded by a dam cannot be overlooked. Although it may seem that America's dam age is nearing its close, we can see that dams will be a global economic, social, and environmental factor for centuries to come. Thanks.